Hello guys, this is Boomerang here and welcome back to another video, and today I want to show you the power of the wizard in the early game. Now, in the previous tier list I was ranking 000 towers and I put the wizard in A tier, and some of you are calling me crazy for doing that. Well, I'm going to show you why exactly I put it there in this video. So in this video we will be using the wizard in two different strats. We're going to be using him with the Desperado, and we're also going to be using him with the Submarine. And with that out of the way, let's get started. Now in this video, I'm only going to play the first 35 or so rounds of each game. But we're starting off on downstream, and let's do the Desperado strat first. So first off, let's place Desperado somewhere in the middle, like right here. And we can place the wizard like here-ish. Put the Desperado on strong. And the Desperado should focus down the small balloons, or the big balloons, while the wizard pierces through the small ones. Exactly like that. Now with the 000s, we should be good for the next few rounds. We should be able to save it for Geraldo, I'm pretty sure. I could very well be wrong, though. But you might be wondering, why is the wizard so good? Well, you see, I think it was an update 47, although the wizard got a massive price reduction. It went from 375 in medium to 250 in medium. So, and basically what this means is that since the wizard also has one extra pierce compared to Dart Monkey, it's basically a Dart Monkey, which costs $50 extra, but has one more pierce, so it has 3 instead of 2, and it has more range. So it's basically like a super buff Dart Monkey, just for a slightly higher price. But you can see with this setup, we were able to save up for Geraldo. And you might be wondering, but the wizard upgrades are kind of gimmicky. You know, Dart Monkey is straightforward. If you need attack speed, you get attack speed. If you need, I don't know, camo, you get camo. Well, that actually isn't much of an issue with the wizard either, as you're going to see a bit later. So I'm going to get Guided Magic first. And Guided Magic actually helps a lot in the early game. And usually what I do is I go for the top and the bottom paths. I go for usually a 101, and then I get Arcane Blast. And with Arcane Blast, that extra damage is so helpful. It's not even funny. And the thing about this is that you don't even have to upgrade the wizard. You can just leave it as like a 201 or a 202, whatever you want. Or you can go for the third tier, leave it as like a 301 or a 302. Now, before what used to happen is that, by the way, I'm going to get top half on the Desperado so he shoots faster. Now, before the price reduction, the wizard would kind of you'd only use the wizard if like you're going for tier 5s. But now you can just leave it at tier 2 or tier 3 and as like an early game tower, and you'll be perfectly fine. You can even leave it as a 000 if you want. I've done that multiple times before, and people were very confused when they saw that. They're like, why are you leaving it as a 000? Are you gonna make it? Are you gonna make the wizard a? You're gonna upgrade the wizard? No. In fact, I'm not. And this video should, and at the end of the video, you should be able to tell as to why I'm not gonna upgrade. By the way, let's get the third tier. You could also have gone to the Big Iron. Let's get Monkey Sense. You can also get Eagle Eye. We're gonna go for both either way. So whichever one you go, whether it's 310 or 302, doesn't matter. Next, I'm gonna go for the Big Iron. And come on, we're almost there. There we go. We're gonna be able to get a bomb by now. Clear out the leads. You could also, if you want to, if you get Eagle Eye instead of Monkey Sense, you can actually get an Alchemist as well to outbuff the wizard. But bomb works either way. You can upgrade it to like something like a recursive or whatever to help with wounds more. If you want to upgrade the wizard more, since once you get to tier 4, its balloon popping power starts to struggle. Same thing with the Desperado. But yeah, now I'm going to leave it at here. Now we have a very strong early to mid game setup. We've got this, which can be upgraded to Archmage if you want later, and even though the middle path has been, crosspath has been better lately, it has been getting nerfed a bit. So the bottom path is probably not that far behind now. So it might, and it's also better against ceramics. So if you need more ceramic popping power or whatever, or more range or whatever, the bottom path works just perfectly fine. You can also get the Blazing Sun if you want with the middle path. According to that, let's get the middle path for 37. And you can do a lot of other things now. You can get a lot of cash spare with this. So you can, I don't know, get bomblets, get an alpha for that. You decide. What I'm just saying is that by starting out with the wizard instead of the dart monkey, we now have this extremely powerful setup, which you can further develop into the late game. And yeah, now let's move on to another map. Anyways, if you're enjoying this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. It will really help my channel a lot. So if you do, thank you. And we're on our road to 500 subs, so everyone counts. Anyways, moving from intermediate to expert. Yeah, this is a massive jump. We're going on Dark Castle. This time for a wizard substrat, because on this map, the wizard actually makes a massive difference compared to the dart. The wizard is actually much better. Now you start like this, the sub, and you can put the wizard near the right like that. And this is when you see the extra pierce will come really handy. Now, basically, let's start the round. Although basically beforehand, if you were using the dart, you had to get the pixel perfect placements for the wizard and the sub, or relatively pixel perfect. You have a lot more margin of error with the wizard due to that extra pierce and extra range. In fact, with the sub and the wizard, you'll be able to solo round 6 and round 7 without a single upgrade, which means that you can go actually for a second base sub, which is something you cannot do with the dart. Now this setup should be good for the next few rounds, although the blues on round 10, like that giant wave of blues, is a bit scary. So we're gonna go for 101 again like we did last time. I haven't tested middle path that much with wizard, although I don't think it'll be as good as the top or the bottom unless you're going straight for wall of fire, which you can always do, although like I said, I haven't tested that as much. And it takes a bit more cash to set up than what I'm doing now. Now you can afford a Desperado. And you can place nails at the back, because you will leak a few balloons this round if you don't. Oh, that's good. Agreed for Geraldo, just for that extra hero leveling. Can then get a turret for round 15. And then we can save it for Arcane Blast on the wizard. Around 19, you can get another sub. Can place a glue down for round 22. Glue should also continue and hold up to round 23. The nails can absorb round 24, although if you don't have enough, you can go for Monkey Sense. Now 25 is a bit tricky because you have to rely on the turret and the subs to pop the purple layer, because that's like the wizard's biggest weakness, purples, and I guess leads. You can get Arcane Mastery in round 26. And this should help in the early game. You can also go for the Monkey Sense just to give it more range and camo detection. Before one more camos come out. You get a bomb. Oh god, I accidentally did the wrong targeting. You should have it on strong and not close. And you have to put it in the bottom section. If you put it in the top, it'll miss one of the leads. And yeah, after this, you can continue with this setup. You'll probably need to add more towers, whether it's more turrets or just more towers in general. You can upgrade the subs to whatever you want. Like you get a ballistic missile back here for a first strike. You can put a spike factory at the back of the map. You can do a lot of stuff. This is, like I said, these are just examples of starting setups that you can do with the wizard. And yeah. And that is why I think the wizard is really broken now as a starting tower. I wanted to make this video because I have not seen a lot of people talk about the true power of the wizard. And yeah, the fact that Dark Castle was made the beginning of early game of Dark Castle that easy. Like the ability just to save up for another sub or a Desperado is just ridiculous. And the fact that I can upgrade to much stronger than the Dart as well is just another bonus on top of that. And I hope that these two games demonstrated that very well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe to my channel, dislike if you dislike, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace out!